Hello, everybody. Good evening, Ontario. I am so happy to be here with you this evening. That intro music very much got me in the mood for summer. I was feeling some under the sea vibes, and if we had a sea in Ontario, I'd be loving to get in it right now. But we've got plenty of lakes. I need to get in a lake because it's so warm this evening. I mean, shout out to this unexpected good weather. I thought it was going to rain all week. But here we are, and this is the perfect introduction to summer. So, welcome to our LCBO Hot Summer List. We have got our homegrown heroes this evening. I am your host, Rebecca Felgate, and I'm going to be taking you through 9 amazing products in the LCBO to help you enjoy this lovely summer that we're having. I am, for those of you wondering who this crazy British lady is, I am what I think a drink influencer. I'm not sure if anyone else is using that term. I'm using it. Some people are very confused, including my mum and dad. But basically, I just tell them next time they come and visit me in Ontario, I'll have the good drinks, and that sort of seems to keep them quiet. So I hope these are good. You can find me over on Instagram at Miss Rebecca J. Basically, what I do for a living is try fantastic food and drinks across Ontario and Canada as a whole. I'm constantly making cocktails. Cocktails are my absolute jam. But I love beer, I love seltzers, I love wine. We're so lucky here in Ontario to have such a great wine region in our backyard. And I'm always heading to the LCBO to pick up some great ingredients to make my drinks. And also sometimes when I'm off duty, I want to grab something pre-mixed and delicious. So we've got it all this evening. We've got aperitivos, we've got wine, we've got gin, we've got vodka, we've got seltzers, we've got beer, and of course, this is Canada, we do have a Caesar. So once again, I'm going to be taking you through 9 homegrown heroes. 8 of the products we have today are actually from here in Ontario, and all of them are inspired by Canada. Just a quick reminder to those of you watching in the party spirit, I know the sun's out, I know that things are getting a little better again, but once again, please do enjoy our drinks responsibly. Nobody wants to be that person at the party. Honestly, I know that it's been a long, hard winter, but we just want to have good, clean summer fun. Deal? Deal. Okay, so I'm very excited because, as I said, the summer is finally here, and there is no that I would rather be in the summer than Ontario. As you can tell from my accent, I'm actually not from Canada. I moved 6 years ago, and I've never looked back, and I would not want to be anywhere else in the summer. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our homegrown heroes this evening. And if you're watching and you're thinking that you might like to pick something up, we do have links in the description box to all of the products which you can find on the LCBO website and in store. So just keep that in mind. So first up, I'm very excited about this. We have the Amalfi Aperitivo. Now this is $28.95, coming in at 15% ABV. Now this is an aperitivo, so something that you would enjoy pre-dinner as a little kick-off to the evening. It's fantastic on its own with ice, and also fantastic in a cocktail. Now we will be making a cocktail with this aperitivo this evening, so do stay tuned for that. But first, I want to give it a little try on its own, just to see what flavours we've got coming through here. Now, I'm not sure if anyone heard the reassuring pop of the bottle there, but it's one of my favourite sounds, it really is. Again, what a lovely colour. This is going to make cocktails and any drinks just a real exciting event. Personally, as I am an Instagrammer, I love things with a little pop of colour. Okay, already on the nose, I'm getting some very zesty orangey vibes, which is what we want from our aperitivo. And something a little herbaceous. Now let's go in for a sip. Oh, that is truly delicious. It's sweet and bitter at the same time. Those zesty orange notes are coming through like an absolute treat. Now we are going to be making a cocktail with this, but I would just love this over ice or with a little bit of sparkling water. A really great kick-off to cocktail parties or a great pre-dinner sip. Now it is worth mentioning that the Amalfi Aperitivo is $2 off until the 18th of July. So if you're thinking of stocking up for your aperitivo cocktail delights, then now is the time. I would say run, don't walk to the LCBO, because we've got a long weekend ahead of us, and I think that you would absolutely be enjoying this. What a delight. Truly a delicious sip there. Now, I don't want you to forget about that because we are coming back. And one thing I do want to say as well is I'm really excited by the fact that that's made here in Ontario. Obviously, it is inspired by the aperitivos of the Mediterranean, but the fact that we've got something that great coming out of our home here in Ontario, this makes me really, really happy. We might not be able to travel to the Mediterranean this year, but we can have good Mediterranean-inspired drinks in Ontario. So next up, I'm very excited about this because if the Ontario wine region, specifically the Niagara Peninsula, says anything to me, it is Riesling. Riesling for me is a very misunderstood grape. I'm not a sommelier, I'm hands up, but some of my best friends are, and they've taught me everything, literally, they've taught me everything I know. And what I do know is that a lot of people think that Riesling is a very, very sweet wine. It creates very, very sweet, but actually, this is extra dry for just 10 grams of sugar per litre. This is the Kew Vineyards 2019 Organic Riesling. 2019, a great vintage for the Riesling. It is coming in at $19.95, but there is $1 off once again until the 18th of July. Now, it is VQA, so that stands for Vintners Quality Alliance. That is the association that we have for our Ontario wines here. It's a mark for very, very good wine. Kew were actually one of the first vineyards in the Niagara region to grow the Riesling grapes, and there's 80 acres there down in Niagara. Now, I'm not sure if you've have been to the Niagara Peninsula to enjoy the wine region there. If you haven't, that is one of my favourite places in Ontario. I go every year. Usually you'll find me on a little flight trip around, trying wines from all of the wineries, and Kew has got to be next on my list for when I head down this summer as things are opening up. What I really like here is that we have a sparkling Riesling. Now, I am that girl that just absolutely loves a sparkling wine. For me, it's the spirit of celebration. Those bubbles, it honestly just gets me in the party spirit. So a sparkling Riesling here, and I'm going to be pouring some, as it is sparkling, into my champagne flute. Lovely. Here we go. Those bubbles are coming out to party. So 11% alcohol here, so it isn't the strongest. That's quite typical of a Riesling. But like I said, this is not a sweet wine. 10 grams of sugar per litre, which does make it a dry wine. So here we are, we're coming in. Fantastic. That's very well balanced. Tart there. I'm getting some zesty apples and limes. We're feeling very, very good about this. There is it's definitely dry at the back of the tongue there, and this is something that I would really, really love to pair with my grilled fish in a summer barbecue. For me, I know a lot of people are steak lovers, and we've got something for you later, don't you worry. But for me, I'm all about a grilled fish on a barbecue, or even a lovely fish salad on these hot evenings, and this would be a perfect pairing for that kind of dish. Now, what I did want to make for you while I'm here, like I said, I am very much a cocktail girl. I'll take things at source, but when I can mix them up, I love to. I wanted to show you a really quick cocktail using both our Kew Organic Riesling sparkling wine and our aperitivo. So I have prepped a little glass here, one of my favourite glasses. You could also use a large wine glass. I've got a few ice cubes, and this is a cocktail that's so easy to make. We're going to build it straight to glass. Now, we're going to use the 3-to-1 ratio. We're going to use 3 parts of our sparkling wine here, 2 parts of our aperitivo, and 1 part sparkling water. Now, I do have a lot going on back here, but don't worry, I'm building it. There's no sneaky magic happening on this table. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm pouring. So for our 3 parts wine, we're going in with our measurer. Here we come. Lovely. 1, 2, 3. The bubble fest back there, let me tell you that. An absolute bubble fest. Then we're going to go for our 2 parts aperitivo. Fantastic. Here we are, coming on in. Again, make it, I'm not sure if you can hear the glug, glug, glug sounds. I'll give you a live rendition. If you can see. What a clown she is today. And then 1 part sparkling water. Now, like I said, I am an Instagrammer. I've gone a little bougie with my receptacle for my sparkling water. It's a lovely little jug. A lot to be said for a lovely little jug. That's what we're doing today. 1 part water. We're coming on in here. And I will show you what we've got. Now, you could stop here, but I say why. Look at this lovely, 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 lovely colour we've got here for our spritz. I'm going to just add to this with a little grating of lemon peel here. Now this is going to really enhance those citrus flavours, and we're going to express the oils of the lemon over our glass. Again, just to give it another colour pop. Here we are. We drink with the nose and the eyes before we drink with the tongue. And this is going to make this cocktail smell delicious before you've even had a sip. And that little yellow colour pop really just is the ticket. I'm going to try this now, so cheers. Oh, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I love this. I'm going to be making this long weekend for my friends. Unfortunately, I'm not going to the cottage this weekend, but I visited the cottage a couple of weekends ago with my friends. And we're making them lovely Ontario cocktails, but this is going to be a backyard sipper for me. Truly delightful. So just to remind you once again what we had there, that was the 3-2-1 principle. 3 parts wine, 2 parts aperitivo, 1 part sparkling water. A cocktail for you on this busy table, honestly. I'm amazing myself. So moving on, we're staying in the Niagara Peninsula, but we are moving on to Saintly the Good Rosé. Now, rosé is seeing an absolute spike in popularity at the moment. Everybody's loving rosé, and I totally get it. There's nothing else I really want to be drinking at the moment. I'm definitely here for a good rosé. And this is coming in at $18.95. Again, there is another limited time offer, so do head on to LCBO to get that for $3 off at the moment. It's very exciting. I've heard a lot of good things about the Saintly Rosé. I really like the branding. Again, at the back it says, you don't have to be a saint to drink this divinely good rosé. I like what they're doing there. And I've got to say, for me, all Niagara region wines are divinely good, but we're very, very excited about this. Coming in at 12.5%. And again, this is extra dry at just 7 grams of sugar. I'm going to pour it and see what we think. But I, for one, love a lovely tart and dry wine. The colour here, that soft peachy colour, is really what I'm looking for in my rosé. Look at that, that's a worthwhile. We're going in to try it. Oh, now my friend Erin, who's a sommelier, always recommends the dry side before we drink the wine. So if we want to get legitimate here, let's get a little smell. On the nose, I am getting a bit of a bouquet of summer fruits, a nice strawberry perhaps, some berries. But let's go on and have a sip here. Fantastic. The dryness of this wine really teases the salivation part of my tongue. I'm sure there's a more technical term for that, but it's really, it's making my mouth water. This would be fantastically paired with food. I would say it'd be really good for the dessert. Now, a lot of people think that they should pair sweet wines with dessert, but actually that's not the case unless you have a wine sweeter than your dessert, which is quite hard to find, usually a Moscato or something in the dessert wine category. It's better to pair with something a little bit drier. Now, the watermelon and berry and grapefruit notes I'm getting here, I feel would be fantastically paired with a summer fruit pie. It's rhubarb season right now. I love a rhubarb crumble. It's something that we make very often in the UK, and I know that you also love here in Canada. So that would be fantastic. Or perhaps a raspberry tart, which I think this would pair very nicely with indeed. So cheers to Saintly for this absolutely beautiful rosé. I'm going to have another sip. Because why not? Nobody has to work tomorrow. But once again, please do enjoy this responsibly, I guess. But here we are. Coming in, this is the Wicked Blueberry Gin by Gibson's. This is a small batch craft gin from Ontario. I think we've really established ourselves as players in the gin game here in Ontario, which I think is amazing. We've got a lot of great craft distilleries, Gibson's being one of them. Now, this is a blueberry gin. So I am expecting notes of juniper, as gin is characterised by, but we are going to be getting some blueberry flavours here. And obviously, I guess the elephant in the room is that it's purple, which to me suggests that there's going to be some colour changing magic if we added a little citrus. The colour's going to be eye-popping. It is At the moment, $34.95 in the LCBO. That's with $5 off, which is amazing. $5 whole off this gin. Fantastic. It is 40%, so to be enjoyed responsibly. And you're going to be getting that $5 off until the 18th of July there. Now, this is a award-winning small batch distillery, so they're going to be making some cracking gin. Let's give it a go. I, for one, am excited to see this purple gin out in the glass. Oh, I'm already getting very, very strong blueberry notes. Here we come. Oh, lovely. Fantastic. Very, 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 very fruity on the nose here. This, I'm imagining, would be fantastic with ice, but let me tell you. Oh my goodness, yeah. The blueberry notes really, really, really are coming through very strong there. I would say a hint of Parma violets. I'm not sure if you've tried candy Parma violets, but they're very popular in the UK. And ever so slightly hot there. A very delicious gin. I think this would be fantastic on its own as an evening, an end of evening sipper with ice, but it also will cocktail very well. Now, I just want to show you something extremely simple. I know that not everyone has time to be making elaborate cocktails, and I think this is going to pair extremely well with a fancy lemonade. Not just any lemonade, a fancy lemonade. And I've even deployed one of my fancy cocktail glasses to make this for you. So what we're going for here is we're going to be going for 1.5 ounces of gin. Here we are. Again, that colour is fantastic. This is going to be a real showstopper for your bubble at the cottage or in your backyard or for your dinner parties. So we've gone for 1.5 ounces of our award-winning small batch distillery gin here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top with a little bit of fancy lemonade, diluting that colour a bit. And then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to add a little sprig of lavender. Because if you've ever been down to the Niagara Peninsula, you'll know that what we do very well alongside our terroir, our wine growing region, we have a lot of lavender growing too. And they always say what grows together plays well together. And for me, I think this is a lovely, simple serve here with just a little sprig of lavender. You could also go for some basil, with some mint, you have growing in your garden perhaps. But for me, I wanted to make this classy and simple, something I'd be proud to share on Instagram. And once again, that is very much the aim of my day. I'm going to go in for a sip. That is perfect. For anyone that wants a little bit more of a zesty flavour, cut in with the fruits there. The lemon pairs extremely well with the blueberry. This is delicious. And once again, we really are still getting the flavor from the gin. But the fruity notes of that infusion, lovely. Okay, so once again, just to remind everyone that we want to enjoy things responsibly this summer. I know that we've got fun, there's fun to be had. And in the spirit of responsibility, I want to introduce you to 18.8 vodka. Now, this vodka gets its name because it's 18.8%, which is actually half or less than half the usual amount that vodka is distilled to. So this has actually been distilled 8 times to become 18.8%. Now, this is coming in at $28.20 in the LCBO, which is a fantastic price for a small batch and Ontario vodka. So for those of you that are looking for a lighter summer sip, 18.8 has your back. It can be enjoyed in cocktails without you having to worry too much about feeling a little bit wild. Now, there really is still a great flavour, despite the fact that this is lower in alcohol. The flavour has very much been retained. And also good news for you, those of you looking to calorie count a little bit more this summer, there are a lot less calories in the lower ABV gin. So that's kind of a win for me. Again, in the summer, I want to be enjoying my life by eating all of the rhubarb candles and the delicious pies and having a little barbecue. So to know that there is a life option out there for me to enjoy with my drinks, not in terms of just ABV, but also in terms of sugar content and calorie content, that is fantastic to know. Now, I am going to be trying this on its own today, but I do have some cocktail recommendations for you. Yeah, okay, here we are. It's coming out. Okay. Still very much a clean flavour there, very bright. Would be a fantastic addition to cocktails. I mean, not very many people do drink vodka on their own anymore, but if you wanted to have it very, very cold with ice and perhaps a twist of lemon, that is an option. You could have a martini made with the vodka. And I actually did heard a story once that Winston Churchill basically just liked his martinis to be straight booze, but he wafted them generally in the direction of Italy because he was the admiral, and that was his addition. So here's Winston. But for me, this would be great with a vermouth in a lower ABV martini. This would make a fantastic espresso martini if you're looking for brunch cocktails, or a vodka colic. Really, really lovely, really, really bright, really, really clean there. Now, at this point, I just want to remind you, if any of you do have any questions, do let me know in the comments section below, and we will get answering them for you. Trust me, I'm an expert. I will happily answer your questions for you. If you've got any questions about the products, let me know. And once again, if you are looking for ways to shop, there are links in the description box down below to all of the products we have here today. So moving away from our aperitivos, wines and spirits into our canned products, I'm very excited about this. We have the Muskoka Peach and Blackcurrant Sparkling Hard Seltzer. Now this is very much the summer of the hard seltzer, so I'm very excited about this. This is 5% ABV and coming in at $2.95 in the LCBO per can. Now, we talked about the lower calorie options in the 18.8 there, but the Muskoka Spirits peach and blackcurrant hard seltzer here has 0 grams of sugar, which is fantastic. So those of you looking to watch your sugar content, this is very much the drink for you. You might have already heard of Muskoka because they make fantastic beers, and you might have actually been to Muskoka, the physical place in Ontario, which is Cottage Factory. Now, speaking of Cottage Factory, this is very much the seltzer that you want to be taking to the cottage. This is something that you would love to sit by the lake in the sun, in the daytime, have one or two of these, fantastic. And again, at 5%, it's not super, super, super strong. Now, you could drink it straight out of the can, but what I've done here is I've got one of my favourite cocktail glasses because I really, really like to make an event of my drinking. I like to make it classy. I like to make it a classy effect. So what I'm going to do is pour this out and then add a dehydrated citrus wheel. And this is something that I would absolutely serve to guests in my yard before a cocktail party. Here we are. I've floated some dehydrated lemon on the top there. We're going in for a sip. This is fantastic. This is so crisp and clear. The flavours here, the peach and the blackcurrant are absolutely coming through. Very, very, very light, very delicate, with very real flavours, not artificial type flavours here. 0 grams of sugar, and again, just a really, really, really great choice for Spirit Heroes vodka. So, for those of you wishing to know, again, the alcohol flavour isn't super prevalent, but you're really getting here as the peach and the blackcurrant. I can imagine that this would be a very, very popular choice for sunny days, of which we hopefully will be getting some more from. I know we've got a bit of rain forecast for the rest of the week, but when the sun comes out to play, Muskoka Peach and Blackcurrant is a fantastic choice. Now, Muskoka are a fantastic brewery, delving into hard seltzer lands. Another fantastic brewery that have made something a little bit different next, we have Waterloo. Now, they have made a fantastic watermelon radler. I'm very excited about the watermelon radler. This is coming in at $2.95, and this is 2.5% ABV. So for those of you enjoying the summer responsibly, this is very much a drink for you. Now, I know you just have the graphic flash on your screen, but I just want to show you this can a little bit closer. I know that I said that I like to pour my drinks out and have kind of a celebratory drink experience, but this can is lovely. There's a flamingo, there's a palm tree, there's a watermelon, and there's a seagull, which, I mean, very good. Flamingos and seagulls, just getting along. Watermelon is seeing a bit of a renaissance at the moment. People are very much into the watermelon flavour. I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with Harry Styles. I suspect it might. I know that if you guys are making Instagram reels or stories, you're probably going to be using a song that I won't sing for you now, because this is going to be kept on the LCBO YouTube channel, and I don't think you need to hear my singing forever and always. But Please imagine it in my head. Just Harry Styles. So I have got a glass for this. But again, the can is very beautiful. I'm going to pour her out and try this radler. Now, it is a surprise to me to see that this is not bright pink, but it actually should be a very reassuring fact. Because we don't want any, you know, they're not here for the gimmick, they're here for the flavour. Oh, this is smelling fantastic. A watermelon radler. Ooh, I'm a very, very big fan of this. This is a very light flavour. Now, it can go either way with watermelon flavours for me. Anything artificial, I just don't like. But this tastes like very true watermelon. This is made with real watermelon juice, so that's why we're getting a very realistic flavour there. Personally, I'm retiring artificial flavours forever and always. The real watermelon is coming through here. It is subtle, but very, very present. Now, for me, I would love to pair this with a summer salad on an afternoon. A watermelon and feta salad would be fantastic, but also this would be great again with some grilled fish in the backyard. Or some grilled fish with a little side of asparagus, drizzled with some lemon. This would be lovely. Again, 2.5%, so you can enjoy that rather responsibly. And it's a fantastic sip for a summer's day. It doesn't taste too sweet either, which sometimes can be a risk with fruity beers. It's definitely not too sweet. It's very subtle, and I am very much a big fan. Moving next on to Creemore Springs, we've got the House Light Lager. Now, this is coming in at 3.7% and is available only in a 6-pack. So that's 6-pack of the lager that you can get there. 6 cans for $13.95 there, which is fantastic. You can share it with your bubble. You can drink them over the series of a long weekend. And for me, I mean, again, very much enjoy the can. It's a lovely rust gold. And I know that Creemore make great beers here in Ontario. So I'm very excited to try the lager. Some days, for example, when there's a lot of sport on at the moment, I don't know if you have been watching the Euros. I have. Once again, I love living in Ontario and I'm going to be living in Canada forever, but I've got to say, I have been supporting England in the Euros, and a lovely light lager for me is a perfect accompaniment to watching a sports game. I know that I've got a lot of hockey to be watching, a lot of football to be watching. I'm gonna cut this open now. And that's just, again, a lovely reassuring sound. Now, for me, I've got to be honest, while I have said that I love to serve things in glasses, generally speaking, if I'm having a small can like this, I would usually drink it direct from the can. So that is what I'm going to do today. 110 calories. So again, a lighter option and an option for those of you watching the calorie intake this year. So going in for a sip. Oh, okay. That's really very, very light. Malty. Put it into a malty beer. This is for you. Again, something that I can see being a little accompaniment to a chill out in the backyard, a chill out by the lake at the cottage, or something that you would have. You're playing a little tennis in the garden and you want to stop for a little break. This is great. 3.7%. And then it's $13.95 for the pack of 6. To be shared with the bubble. Lovely. Big fan. And again, a brushed gold is always a winner for me. Okay, so our first 8 products there are all from Ontario, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Next, we do have a Canada-inspired product. I'm excited about this. This is Tomato Caesar. I said tomato like you, so you didn't think I was weird. But if I was being true to my mother tongue, I think I'd say clamato. I would. You say tomato. I say clamato. Honestly, I've lived here for so long that I don't even know where I am anymore. So a little bit of history on the Caesar. Now, this is a Sriracha Caesar. So not just any Caesar. This is coming in at $2.90 for the can, and it's 5.5% ABV there. A little history on the Caesar. A lot of countries will lay claim to this Caesar. Now, I'm looking at you, United States. I'm looking at you firmly in the eye. Some people, Americans, might say that they invented the Caesar. But I say, on the contrary, I like to stick to the Canadian narrative. Canada does actually lay claim to the Caesar. I'd like to believe that. And in our version of the nachos, it was invented in the 1960s in Calgary and then spread across Canada because we all realized that it was such a delicious drink. And now it's become synonymous with Canada. I remember when I first moved here, I'd never tried a Caesar. I assumed that it was just like a Bloody Mary, but I was wrong. It's made with tomato juice, which is a clam broth, and it makes for an absolutely delicious drink. Now, people have different preferences with their Caesars. I, for one, like mine very spicy, so I'm excited about this because this is not just any Caesar, it's a spicy Caesar. Now, we talked a little bit last time that I hosted one of these streams about how people absolutely love to garnish their Caesars ostentatiously. And I am here for it. I've been to bars downtown, and I've got to say, I'm very thankful that they're reopened. And I've seen hamburgers and lobster claws and all sorts of things coming out of Caesars. And even when I buy my canned Caesars from the LCBO, sometimes I like to bring them home. I like to make crazy garnishes. I invite my friends over for once. We have a Caesar garnishing party. But today I'd like to suggest a different way. I've gone classy. I've rimmed one of my favourite coupe glasses with celery salt. We're going to go for a bit more of a Caesar martini adventure. We're keeping it highbrow but low key. So there are not going to be any crab legs coming out of my Caesar today. It's coupe glasses all the way. Here we are. And my justification of this is because it's a spicy treat, and therefore that should be the focus. However, I have prepared a very small and artistic garnish. What we've got here is some pickled onions on a cocktail stick with a skull on it. Now, I've chosen the skull to represent how spicy this Caesar is going to be. I'm actually very proud of this. Perhaps I'll take a photo of this and pop it on my Instagram later because I think sometimes understated is the way to go. So I'm going in for a sip. Oh, that is definitely, oh, yum. That is delicious. Slightly spicier than your regular Caesars. I know there are spice lovers all over the world. So once again, the beauty of a Caesar in a can is that it is still customizable. You could add extra hot sauce if you wanted to, but for me, this is an excellent level of spice here. Now, we all know that Caesars pair very well with brunch. Caesars are perhaps the national drink of Canada, but I would say the national drink of brunch as well. But if we're going to get extremely specific, I would say I would love to pair this with a delicious omelette. But if we're going left field, if we're taking it away from the brunch table, I would say this would be excellent at a barbecue with some grilled maple salmon. How lovely would that be? Or some like a lovely hunk of steak. This would be fantastic with a sirloin steak or steak thrown straight on the barbecue with a little garlic butter. And one of our fancy Caesars. Delicious. Okay, so that has been our 9 homegrown heroes here. We've had an absolute spread. We've had aperitivos, we've had wines, we've had craft gin, we've had smaller batch responsible vodka, we've had seltzers, we've had radlers, we've had a lager, and we've had a Caesar. So for me, I feel like I've got the full spectrum. When I'm entertaining this holiday, I'll know what to serve people depending on their taste. I think there really is something for everybody here. Once again, if you are making a cocktail or serving this in a fancy glass and you want to tag the LCBO and me, Miss Rebecca Day, on Instagram, then please do. I will be happily sharing all of your creations. Again, I'd like to remind you of the ways to shop at the LCBO. We do have a link to all of the products in the description box. So if you want to check out something specifically, please go ahead and do so. They are available in store, but I do recommend going ahead to the website and checking they're available at your nearest store before you head on down. In person is one of my favourite ways to shop at the LCBO because then I find myself picking up and kind of exciting things that I didn't know I wanted. However, if you would like to order online, that is still a possibility. Go ahead and order online via the LCBO website. You'll receive an email when your order is ready. If you want same day collection, which is now possible at 190 different locations across Ontario, then you just need to order 3 hours before the LCBO closes, and that will be available for collection on the same day, which is some kind of magic, actually. So if you don't want the lines, or you don't have to head in, you want your collection ready, go ahead and do that. The LCBO is still offering curbside collection as well. So if you're not yet comfortable heading on into stores, then you can order for curbside pickup, and your order will be brought out to your car. Something I want to mention before we wrap up today as well, the LCBO is now selling ice, which I'm very excited about, because sometimes I just want to pop home and make my drinks straight there without having to go to another store. So you can pick up ice from the LCBO now, which is fantastic. Do keep an eye on the LCBO website and YouTube channel for more in the Summer Hot List. I've been thrilled to host the Homegrown Heroes for you today. Please do reach out to us on social media and let us know what you think. Leave a comment today, leave a like, it all helps. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful long weekend filled with delicious Ontario drinks. We will see you next time. Thank you.